The air in room 203 was thick, heavy with the smell of alcohol and an expensive men's cologne. It was almost suffocating. Shan Yuyu's head was throbbing in a slow, painful rhythm, each pulse a sharp reminder of a night she could barely remember. The faint morning light filtered through the heavy curtains, casting shadows on the man asleep beside her. The texture of the silk sheet under her fingers felt strange, luxurious, a stark contrast to the simple life she knew back home. "It's so hot, my head is spinning," she whispered, her voice rough. The heat wasn't just the room temperature. It was an internal fire of shame and confusion. Yuyu sat up on the edge of the bed, pulling the sheet up to cover herself. The memory of the night before was a total blur, just flashes of nervous laughter, her cousin Qiao Wei pushing her to drink, and the feeling of having completely lost control. Qiao Wei had pressured her to take the job at the club. A job Yuyu, desperate for money to pay for her aunt's medical treatment, had reluctantly agreed to. "My cousin said this was the room," she thought, confused, looking around the discreetly luxurious space. Why wouldn't the door open? But the door was open now. What happened between the locked door and waking up in this bed was a complete blank, a terrifying gap in her memory. Beside her, the man stirred, a slow, powerful movement. Yuyu watched him. He was, without a doubt, stunning. Sharp features, an aura of power and authority that didn't even fade in his sleep. Her cousin had called him a big shot from the city, an important client, but the presence he had suggested something much grander. She remembered Qiao Wei's voice. "Shihon Zhu. I'll buy you a hangover cure." "No need. It's not that serious. A night's sleep will fix it. Besides, the club isn't that dangerous. Come on, let's go." But the man beside her wasn't Shihon Zhu, and the situation was far more serious than Qiao Wei had ever let on. Panic started to bubble up, cold and sharp. She got up, dressing quickly, each piece of clothing feeling like a heavy weight of guilt. That's when she saw something shining on the floor, next to the nightstand, a delicate, expensive silver necklace with a pendant shaped like a small sun. What is this? The jewelry wasn't hers. It belonged to Qiao Wei. Her cousin had lent it to her so Yuyu would look more presentable, a touch of class Yuyu didn't feel she had. "Oh my god, I messed up," the thought hit her like a punch. "My first night in the city and I slept with my cousin's client. I have to get out of here right now." She grabbed the necklace, shoved it into her pocket, and slipped out of the room like a ghost, shame and fear driving her every step. Running away was the only thing her panicked mind could think of. The next day, Yuyu felt like her life had completely fallen apart. Qiao Wei, furious, confronted her about the lost necklace and her wrinkled clothes. Her cousin's drama was just noise compared to the storm Yuyu felt inside. "Lost it? Don't worry. I already got an interview invitation from a new company. As soon as I earn some money, I'll pay you back," Yuyu tried to explain, guilt eating at her. She knew the necklace was valuable, but the fragmented memory of the night was what really tormented her. "Cousin, I don't think that job is for me. I'm going to look for something more serious." Her decision was final. She never wanted to cross that bridge again. Her dignity was worth more than easy money. Fate, however, had other plans, and they were unfolding at the top of the Fu conglomerate. Fu Shiyan, the man Yuyu had left behind, wasn't Shihon Zhu. He was the president of the Fu Group, one of the most powerful men in Zhongqing. And he was silently furious, his anger barely contained by his legendary calm. "Hello, Mr. Li. I waited all night for that new girl, and this morning I saw her leaving the room next door. Are you playing games with me?" "The room next door? That's impossible." Fu Shiyan was obsessed with the woman who had crashed into his room. The physical attraction was obvious, but what really intrigued him was her nerve, the way she had vanished without a trace. Yuyu's search for a serious job led her, ironically, to the Fu Group headquarters. She applied for a security position, relying on her physical strength and fighting skills, which she'd developed growing up in the countryside. She didn't have a fancy resume, but she had grit. "Hello. I came to apply for security," she said with a determination that hid her nervousness. A girl applying for security? What a joke. The scornful laugh of one of the recruiters hit her hard. Yu Yu faced the sexism head-on, but the situation quickly turned into a fight. It was at that moment that Fu Sheyan, the man from room 203, appeared. "Stop. It's him," someone whispered. Fu Sheyan watched the scene, the young woman fighting with surprising intensity, her movements quick and precise. An almost invisible smile touched his lips. Her strength was a fascinating contrast to her delicate looks. Young and skilled. Being a security guard is a waste for you. From now on, you'll be my personal bodyguard. Yu Yu froze. He didn't recognize her. The relief was instant, but the irony was huge. She, the woman who had slept in his bed, would now be his shadow. 100,000 a month, Fu Sheyan offered, the amount said as casually as ordering a coffee. The amount was huge. It was the answer to all her problems. Her aunt's treatment, paying back Xiao Wei. Wait a minute. I won't let Mr. Fu down. What time tomorrow? Yu Yu's dignity wouldn't let her accept charity, but she would definitely accept hard work. Yu Yu's first day as Fu Sheyan's personal bodyguard was a mix of awkwardness and tension. She tried to keep her distance, but fate seemed determined to push them together. The constant closeness was a real test of her self-control. The situation peaked when Fu Sheyan, drunk, needed to be taken home. "What are you doing, Shen Yu Yu?" "Protecting you, of course. You drank too much, you might fall. Put me down." His voice was a slurred mumble. "Don't worry, Mr. Fu. I'm very strong. Besides, you're so light." She carried him with surprising ease, the strength in her arms contrasting with his apparent fragility. Physical contact was unavoidable, and the attraction was undeniable. The sexual tension between them was a silent electric current. The next day, Yu Yu decided to confront the magnate about the necklace. She needed closure. "Excuse me. I'm looking for the owner of this necklace." She held out the jewelry, the small silver sun shining in her palm. Fu Sheyan looked at the jewelry, then at Yu Yu. The recognition, slow and cold, finally hit his eyes. The piece was unmistakable, a gift he had given to a special person. "Mississippi. This necklace is mine. Last night He didn't let her finish. His sharp, calculating mind had already figured out the situation. What happened last night was consensual. "I'll give you 2 options. No. I'll give you 10 million as compensation. Second, you'll move into the Fu house. From now on, I'll give you a title." Yu Yu was stunned. 10 million. A title? He was mistaking her for a gold digger, a woman he could buy. 10 million? You're Fu Sheyan. Do you think I'm a beggar? The disgust in her voice was genuine. Yu Yu's dignity, built on simplicity, wouldn't let her take the money. But the second option. It was the only way to keep her self-respect and, ironically, the only way to stay close to him and understand what had really happened. "I choose the second option." She didn't know what was waiting for her, but she knew that by walking into the Fu mansion, her life would change forever. It was a huge risk, but Yu Yu had always been a woman of courage. Moving into the Fu mansion was a huge culture shock. Yu Yu, the girl from the countryside, was now living in a palace. Butler Lu greeted her with respect. "You are the first person Mr. Fu has brought home in all these years. You will certainly be the future mistress of the Fu house." But the reality was more complicated. Yu Yu soon found out that Fu Sheyan had a wife, Xiao Wei. Her cousin, the woman who had put her in room 203, was Fu Sheyan's wife. "Why do you want to compete with me? Mr. Fu has a wife." Yu Yu's world crashed. She had gotten involved with a married man. "So I slept with a married man? That can't be right. I think it's best if I keep my distance from him now." The situation was a tangled mess of lies and misunderstandings. Xiao Wei, the supposed wife, was obsessed with Fu Sheyan, but he kept her away. The night at the club had been Xiao Wei's plan to get closer to her husband, but Yu Yu had ruined everything. Xiao Wei's jealousy was obvious. She saw Yu Yu as a threat, a rival. Shen Yuyu, I want you to know that you will never have the right to compete with me for Fu Sheyan. Yuyu tried to pull away, but Fu Sheyan kept pulling her back. He promoted her, protected her, and gave her gifts. I let you into the Fu house only to take responsibility for that night. I don't want you getting any other ideas. Also, don't enter my room without permission again. Despite his cold words, Fu Sheyan's eyes gave him away. There was something more, an attraction he couldn't deny. He was falling for the woman who had crashed into his life. The arrival of Gu Shizhou, Yuyu's childhood friend, made things even more complicated. Shizhou was kind, caring, and clearly in love with her. Brother Shizhou. Hey, Shizhou. Yuyu, look over here. Fu Sheyan reacted with unexpected and childish jealousy. If you keep talking nonsense, I'll transfer you to Africa. The magnate, always in control, was losing his cool because of a girl from the countryside and her childhood friend. Yuyu was torn. Shizhou represented safety, the past. Fu Sheyan, danger, the uncertain future. The tension between the two men was a show. Fu Sheyan, to keep Yuyu close, promoted her to personal assistant, raising her salary to 150,000 a month. That way, 50,000 more a month. What was promised can always change. Thank you, Mr. Fu. Yuyu's life in the Fu mansion was an emotional roller coaster. She dealt with Fu Sheyan's mother, who welcomed her warmly, and Qiao Wei's envy, who tried to sabotage her work. The turning point came when she discovered she was pregnant. I'm pregnant. How could this happen? Fear and joy mixed together. She didn't want an abortion. Her mother had fought for her, and she would fight for her child. My mother never gave up on me. I won't give up on my child either. The news of the pregnancy reached Qiao Wei, who saw a chance to get rid of her rival. She tried to poison Yuyu with an abortion pill hidden in a bowl of soup. Fu Sheyan, warned by his mother, stepped in just in time. Don't drink it. The confrontation was unavoidable. Yuyu, tired of the lies, confronted Fu Sheyan about his wife. Mr. Fu, I always thought you were a good person. But when it comes to love, you're a real jerk. Qiao Wei's confession that she had pretended to be Yuyu on the night of the club, and that the real wife was Su Xian, Fu Sheyan's childhood friend, only added to the confusion. In the middle of the chaos, Yuyu's mother, in a moment of desperation, told Fu Sheyan the truth. Mr. Fu, this baby is actually yours. Yuyu, panicked, denied it. Nothing much, just someone you don't know, Mr. Fu. The situation became impossible. Yuyu, to protect Fu Sheyan and herself, decided to quit and leave. Shizhou, the loyal friend, stepped in, claiming to be the baby's father to protect her. Her child is yours, isn't it? You're an irresponsible idiot. Yes. The child is mine. Plus, I'm already planning the wedding with Yuyu. Shizhou's sacrifice was an act of pure love. Yuyu, however, couldn't accept it. She loved Fu Sheyan, despite everything. Between him and me, it was just a misunderstanding because of the drink. Besides, I don't want to get involved with him anymore. The truth, however, was about to come out. Qiao Wei, in a final desperate act, kidnapped Yuyu. Cousin, you kidnapped me. I'm going to kidnap you. And I'm going to finish you off. And your child too. Fu Sheyan, frantic, used all his connections to find Yuyu. He found her, but was injured in the process. In the hospital, Yuyu, facing Fu Sheyan's still body, finally confessed the truth. Fu Sheyan, I never told you. The one who was at the club that night, it was actually me. The baby in my belly is yours. Fu Sheyan, wake up. You can't leave this child without a father. Fu Sheyan opened his eyes. Is that true? You finally admitted it. He had been pretending to be unconscious, a final test for Yuyu. Who told you to trick me? Who told you never to admit it? So I'll solve it my way. The truth was, Fu Sheyan already knew. Yuyu's scent, the same scent from that night, had given her away. It's the scent from that night. No wonder. I always thought it was just a dream. The couple, finally united by truth and love, faced the last hurdle. Su Xian, the real villain behind Xiao Wei's schemes. Fu Shiyan, at a public event, exposed Su Xian, revealing her crimes of poisoning and kidnapping. At the climax of the night, in front of everyone, he got down on one knee. My fiancé is right there. He looked at Yu Yu, who looked beautiful in a dress he had custom-made for her. Shen Yu, how can it be her? She's not from any family. She is Shan Yu, my only fiancé. With a diamond ring he had commissioned, Fu Shiyan asked the question Yu had been waiting for. Will you marry me? Tears streamed down Yu's face. Yes. The kiss that followed sealed their future. The girl from the countryside, with her strength and dignity, had won the magnate's heart. The necklace, the object that had started the chaos, was now a symbol of their destiny. Together, they not only found love but also redemption. Yu, the single mother who fought for her child, and Fu Shiyan, the magnate who learned to love and be vulnerable. The ending was not just happy, but inspiring, proof that inner strength and honesty always win over lies and scheming. The Fu family, now complete, was ready for a future full of love and happiness. Together for life. Never leave each other. Mrs. Fu. The final long and passionate kiss was the promise of a new beginning. Love, after all, had won.